Good morning, traders. Welcome to this week's ELLIOTTWAVE Forex and Cryptocurrency Market Analysis webinar. I hope you all had a great week. Welcome to another edition of Trading Waves Weekly Outlook. I am again this week with Sandile, who's one of our senior technical traders and a partner at Trading Waves. Sandile.
Good afternoon, guys. Good morning and good day to all parts of the world. And like Vita have said, I'm Sandile. You guys should have seen the video last week, so you should be familiar with my voice now. It's good to have everyone here, and thanks for watching our videos and also following us on our YouTube page.
Great stuff. Thanks, Sandile. All right, so as usual, we follow the same pattern. We look at how the market played out in the last week. So rather, we look at how we forecasted the market in the last week, how it played out, and what we're looking out into the new week. So what we're going to do here is Sandile is going to take us through how the market played out in this week, sort of a trade recap. And we look at that, and then I'm going to take over and we look at the outlook going into the new week. So the theme for this week, guys, is how we trade the NFP using the wave theory. How we trade the NFP using the wave theory. So this answers a lot of questions. So the number of questions that I get regarding fundamentals and technical analysis. So do you trade fundamentals? These are the type of questions that we get. So this week's video is going to answer those questions again. We're going to show you how you can trade the NFP using the Elliott wave theory. All right, so I'm going to go into with the introduction here before I give over to Sandile. I'm going to share my screen here. So guys, our next course, before we do that, let me just go on video and share my screen. I just want to share my screen here. Let me just share my screen. Okay, technology is not with me. Yes. Okay, I've got it. So I'm going to share my screen. Right, guys, so that is my screen. If you'd like to contact us, I want you to take notice of our website. Okay, so our website is trading-waves.com. So for any information that you need to know regarding our services, you can go to our website, which is trading-waves, trading-waves, don't make a mistake, trading-waves.com, and you can find all the details there. If you look at the homepage, you will see that we've got a special on the full course. Last month, we had a special on the lifetime plan. We have got tailor-made plans for those that are interested in 2-year plans and 5-year plans. So just go to education, or rather to pricing, and check what our services are like. So if you go here, you'll see the best option. So I think for now, we're running the special on the full course, which gives you 1-year access. And then we've got the 2-year plan that gives you 2 years access. And then the lifetime plan, which we call it the lifetime plan, but it's essentially the 5-year plan. So have a look at that. Those plans are tailor-made for you. All right, so, and then for our videos, you are watching this video on YouTube, obviously, so that is on our channel. Trading Waves is our channel. And for the rest of the contacts, if you open any of our videos here, you will find our contact details. I'm just going to open one of our videos. This is last week's weekly outlook. If you can just have a look at that. So that was our last week's weekly outlook. Then under the description of all the videos, you will find the contact details. You'll find our contact number, our mobile number. That is the 2 numbers that you can use there. You also have a Telegram channel, as you can see there, that you can join us on. And we also have a link on TradingView where you can follow some of our ideas. Website, I've already spoken about that, as well as our social media pages. Our social media pages on Twitter and Facebook. You can follow us there for more charts and updates on what we are doing on a daily basis. Now back to the course. So our course starts on the 5th of September. Right, it is a 10-day live course. What you're going to find on the website is a recorded course. Okay, so you can get to watch that course before the live one in September. So September, we spend a full 10 days together going through the advanced principles of the Elliott wave theory. All right, so that is the cost structure. We start at 1800 GMT. We run for about 3 to 4 hours every day. So if you want to see the market or have a view of the market the same way we do, so that is the course that you need to take there. All right, so those are the contact details, and also look out for the timestamps there. If you're not interested in watching all the videos, you'll find that we've put on the timestamps on the video. All right, so we are going to get started. I'm going to hand over to Sandile to take us through how we forecasted the market last week and how the market has played out. All right, Sandile, you ready? Can I give it over to you?
Right, thanks Victor for that. All right, guys, as we did last week, we showed you how we traded US dollar JPY over 400 to 700 pips. So I'm going to be showing you again today how we traded Euro Audi during the live trading room. So I'm gonna be showing you the snip view. I'm gonna play the video, but you're only gonna be hearing anything. But I'm gonna be explaining what I was covering here. So let's start with the Euro Audi here. This is the video. This is the live trading room that we had on the first. That was on a Monday, okay, on the 1st of August. So this is how we spotted Euro Audi. I'm gonna be playing this here, and I'll be explaining what I was doing there. Right, so we're looking at that to have been a move to the upside. This is the move that I was referring to here. So we've been looking at this year to have been a move to the upside here, and we were looking at this year to go right into the blue box. This was, I was explaining there that we're expecting a move to the upside right from the blue box, and we were looking at this year to be our invalidation area. So that's all what I was covering there on a Euro Audi. I'll just play it for a few seconds or a few minutes, let's just say 2 minutes. And I want you guys to see what we're expecting there. So this is what happened during the live trading room. This is when we go into detail with our members. We can even go as far as low as like 15 minutes when we are looking at the entry or when the market is right in the blue box. You will see that when we are explaining there. I'll just like skip them. But overall, we're just looking at this to have been in a blue box and we're expecting a move to the upside. For somebody that is not clear with the wave, as soon as they've seen these 3 wave moves here, you guys will be thinking that this is going to drop here. But if you understand the cycle and the sequence, we knew that Euro Audi, as much as it was giving us this year to be more of like a 3 wave move, but the expectation was for this to make a move to the upside there. And we look at that there, we were looking at this year to have been a wave A here, this to have been a wave B. So we're looking at this year to be a 5 wave move there on that 15-minute time frame, just to get a precise entry there. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip that there. So I'm just gonna skip that here. So we're still explaining that this must come, this was a Euro New Zealand there. So this is what we're looking at on a Euro Audi, that it must come into the blue box. Then from there, we're expecting to see this move to the upside. Now I'm gonna show you how did the chart play out. But before that, okay, let me just show you the chart. How did that play out? So this was the 3 wave moves where we were. We're looking at this one to have been a 3 wave move to the upside, 3 wave move to the upside here. And we're expecting that this must come right into the blue box, and we're expecting this move to the upside with our very low stop loss exactly at this low here. Now, if you look at this, how did it play out? It gave us over 284 pips just intraday trading Euro Audi. Now, again, once we got this move to the upside here, some of our members that have missed this year during the live trading room, they questioned us, or they asked us the following day during the live trading room, and they were asking if they should buy this from here. Now, I want to take you again on the snip again here on the live trading room. That was on the 3rd now. So we've got the 284 pips to the upside. We bank profits. Now, this is when we're explaining to our members that we've got this move here to the upside. That was like 284 pips. Now, we're trying to explain to them now that we are expecting that we should see a deeper correction. We should not buy there, because that was the indicator what was telling us that it is not yet ready again, that we can buy from there. So the expectation was that we're expecting expecting that to be a three-wave move drop before we can even look for the buying opportunity. We had a blue box trade setup there. That's what we're expecting. This was on the 3rd of August. We expected we're looking for this year to drop one more leg again, and then we look for the buy again. I'm going to pause this year, and now we're going to have a look at what we saw now on the 4th. Now remember, on the 3rd, we were looking at this year to give us a leg to the downside before we can look for a buy. Now what happens on the 4th? The market has dropped as expected, and we were looking at this again to come into the blue box now. Now this is the second blue box that we're looking at, that this must come into the blue box, must drop again before we can even look for this move to the upside. Now just that you guys want to hear me there, we were expecting that Audi US dollar was going to drop to the downside. Now if we're expecting Audi to drop there, that would mean we were expecting that Euro Audi should give us this move to the upside there. They were looking at the correlation combining with the cycle and the sequence, because we put this all together and we explain this to our members, and we explain this before the market gets into our decision-making area, which is our blue box strategy. Now we're also explaining again that now we've got this one to be in the blue box now. Now we are looking at this here to give us this move to the upside. Again, we went as low as like 15 minutes. I'm just going to skip this here. So it was explained that we're expecting for this one more leg into the blue box, and we're targeting, this was our first target there. Okay, let me just, this was our first target that we're expecting on Euro Audi. Now coming back to the chart again, let's have a look at this. Yeah, now this is what we're exactly what we're explaining, that we expect that this should drop. Remember, on the 3rd, we expected that this should drop here, and we saw that this was an impulsively move here. This was a 3-wave move, and we saw these 5-wave moves here. The market was here, and we said that this should drop again for this one more leg. And look at this. This has already traded 219 pips. So in just 1 week, we were able to bang this here on a live trading room over 400 pips, almost 500 pips to be exactly. That was 499 pips, and we still looking for this one to make a move to the upside, but more for that when my colleague does the market analysis. Now let's have a look at the rest of the pairs. How did they perform? So I was just going in detail there on Euro Audi. Now let's have a look at this year. How did the other pairs perform? Starting with the DXY. So you guys have been following us. We've seen that we have been calling the DXY to make a move to the upside, and this is the reason behind that. So this was the chart that was shared to our members. That was on the Feb 20. Since Feb 20, we've been looking for the DXY to continue with this bullish move to the upside. Now let's have a look. How did this play out? As you can see here, the DXY inch perfect as forecasted. We were looking at this here to trade as far as around 110, and this not even a pip lower, exactly from where we pinpointed it. It made this move, and it has traded over 1,331 points. And now the question is, where to from here on the DXY? And if you want to find out more than what is expected in a couple of 6 months from now, because if you look at this, this was on February when we forecasted that this was going to make a move to the upside. There is almost 5 to 6 months. Now, if you want to know what is expected on the DXY for the next 5 to 6 months, you can click on that button there, and then you can join our course. This will give you a clear view, because when you know what is expected on the DXY, you are likely to know what is expected on the market as a whole. So that's how the DXY played out there, reaching to our target, and now we are expecting to see a pullback before it can continue the move to the upside. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That will be a pound US dollar here. So pound US dollar, we've been telling you that we should see this one here to be giving us a 3-wave pullback here. So the expectation was for this one to give us this 3-wave pullback here. And now let's have a look at this here. And this 3-wave pullback, if you understand, as much as the market spend, they say it spend like 80% of the move in the corrective structures. So we have to know how to trade these corrective structures. So we've got the move to the upside. This was a corrective structure, and we posted this to our members, and we also discussed in detail during the live trading room that this is a blue box trade setup. And now let's have a look. How did pound US dollar play out? As expected, pound US dollar traded up over 400 pips. Just to be exact there, we traded up 402 pips on a pound US dollar here, and this was the target here. So as we showed you last week, that we are around this area of a blue box. And now again, what did we expect around that area of a blue box? So now this was another chart that was sent to our members, that now we've reached a critical area, which is our blue box. Now what do we expect going forward? Now, two things that we expect in the blue box: it's a reaction or it's a move that is expected. Now, we told our members that for now, you do not have to worry about whether we are going to drop all the way down what we know is we are in the blue box and we are going to be looking to sell this here, but we are selling this here to be a three-wave move to the down side, because we still understand that the structure and the sequence is still calling for this one here to give us this one more leg. Now let's have a look. How did that forecast or that three-wave move structure play out? Inch perfect, you can see that the pound US dollar here, it dropped in a three-wave move and it has given us over 290 pips, and we are already running this trade here at a risk-free, and we've already booked partial of the profit. Now the question is whether this is going to drop from here or still going to give us this one more leg up, and that's where the indicator comes in. At the market open, the indicator will tell us whether we are dropping from here or we are yet to see this one more leg to the upside. 290 pips there on a pound US dollar, just trading this correction here. The 400 pips up, trading in a correction, again 290 pips down, trading in a correction. In almost 1 week, we've traded above 700 pips there on a pound US dollar. Now let's have a look at the next one here. That would be US dollar CAD. So US dollar CAD, we have been looking at this one here to be this three-wave structure here, and we've been looking at this here to be an ABC with an ending diagonal. Forecasted that we should get this one to be an ending diagonal. Then from there, we're going to be looking for a buying opportunity. Now let's have a look. How did this play out? Inch perfect there. The ending diagonal that was forecasted way in advance and discussed every day during the live trading room that our members should not rush into buying this year. We need to complete this ending diagonal. Then from there, we're going to be looking for this buying opportunity to the upside. How did that play out? Over 219 pips, right from exactly where we pinpointed it, that it should make this move to the up side. Now, we don't just trade this year alone, guys. The indicator tells us when this is ready to make a move to the upside, and exactly when we were here, the indicator was telling us that this is already done here, and we expected to see this move to the upside here. Now, let's have a look at the next one here. I'm just going to go as quickly as I can. There was Chief Yen here. So we were looking at this one to drop from around this area here, and we're looking at this to have been completed our wave one, and we're looking for a two to have completed a 2 and a drop in a wave 3. How did that play out? Inch perfect. This has traded over 500 pips, to be exact 522 pips has traded to the downside, and now we are expecting that this should give us this through a pullback, and then we're going to be looking for more bearish move to the down side. Now this is done before our members this is done before this move take place, and it is shared with our members, and it is discussed during the live trading room. Now that's the beauty of being with trading waves, because we don't just give you when a move has already happened. We discuss this with you here. Now we showed you again here on a CAD yen. We were looking at this one to drop, and if you look at this here, we were not expecting that this was going to go all the way up. We're just looking a slightly move up, and this one to drop here. Now how did that CAD yen play out? You can, if you've been following the charts, this has traded over 516 pips, and we are still expecting that this should make a move to the down side. So we've booked the profit. Now we're expecting to see this pull back here. We're going to be expecting that this should drop again to the down side. Now let's have a look at the next one here. US dollar yen. You saw this one here. We even showed you that this last week that we've had this here as our blue box, and we're expecting that the market should give us this three-wave move here and then a drop. How did that play out? And you've seen that this has traded over 700 pips, and we are still expecting that it should continue with a move to the downside, but we're just waiting for this here to be a three-wave move corrective structure. So it traded lower from the blue box, 708 pips. Now we are looking at this here to be a three-wave move. Now we're going to be looking for this one to continue the bearish move to a downside. When the indicator is saying it's ready, then we're going to be looking for a trade there. Now again, Brent crude oil, we've been not showing you here. We've been looking at this one to drop right from the blue box. We've been looking at this here to have completed this wave C here, which is our wave 2 as an ending diagonal. Now we're looking at this to have already started to drop and expecting it to be right into the blue box. Now, how did Brent crude oil play out? After that, right from the blue box, a slightly move above the blue box, but this has traded lower over 256 points, and the expectation is for this one here to still continue with a drop to the downside. At least that's what the indicator is telling us for now. Now, back to the indices. We have been talking about the indices that they might have a bottom there. So this was UK 100. We're expecting that this should drop again into the blue box. We saw that this was not ready. That's why the indicator was telling that it should still drop again into the blue box before we can look for the buying opportunity. Now let's have a look at this here. How did it play out on the UK 100? As expected, went deep into the blue box per what the indicator said. We saw this one deep into the blue box, and now this has traded higher over 49.72 points, and the expectation is still for this one here to continue with that bullish move to the up side. Now let's have a look at the rest of the other indices. S&P 500, we have been calling that this should make a move to the upside. We're not worried about whether this should go all the way up here. For now, we knew that after this corrective structure here, we should get this one to be making a move to the upside, be a 50% of this year or be going back to the all-time high. Now let's have a look at this year. How did S&P 500 play out? As expected, right from the blue box, we saw S&P 500. It rallied up here over 500. We're looking at this year to have been 53.11 points, and we are still expecting to see this one to be making a move to the upside. But just to be cautious with that one there, be careful. This might still be a three-wave move pullback here, and it drop again. But we're not worried about that with our members because we are already running our trades risk-free on the indices and still expecting to see more bullish move to the up side. Now, they will be the same as well. Dow Jones is the same here. We look at this one to have completed this three-wave, to complete this three-wave move structure here, and the expectation was right from the blue box. We should be seeing that one here to be making a move to the upside. And how did that play out? As expected, went into the blue box, and we saw this one here to be running up, and it has traded higher over 32.90 points, and we are still expecting to make a move to the upside. But again, be careful. This could just be a three-wave move, and then this drops again here. Our members running the trade already risk-free with a partial profit taken there, so we're not worried about that, whether it makes a move to the all-time high or it's going to make a drop. But the indicator is going to tell us if that is going to drop from there. And the last one there will be a Nasdaq, will be the same as well. We saw this one here to complete this move to the downside here, and expecting it from here to make a move to the upside right from the blue box. Now let's have a look at this here. Nasdaq, how did it play out after? So as expected, nothing new here. We saw this one here to be running up already 21.48 points, and we are still expecting to see a move to the upside. But again, be careful. These three-wave move corrective structures here might result in having this one here to give us this structure here, and then we drop further to the down side. So that's how the market performed on the past few weeks. Now I'm going to head it over to my colleague. Over to you, Victor.
All right, Sandile, thanks, Sandile, for the recap. Guys, if you like our content, give us a thumbs up. You can like our videos, and you can also share the videos so that other people can see our content as well. And hit that bell notification button so that you can get an alert the next time we upload a video. As I've indicated, the next course starts on the 5th of September. All right, so the theme for the week, as I stated in the beginning, I think Sandile would have already answered that question, that those moves, we see them way before they happen. So just to give you an example, this is now Audi US dollar. So now this is the outlook for the next week, as well as connecting it to what we looked at in the last week. So let's just have a look here at what we looked at during the London session before the NFP yesterday. So we've already talked about the recap. So what we looked at here specifically was Audi US dollar. What is the next move for Audi US dollar, and how was it traded during the NFP? I think this is the chart that Sandile did not quite detail in the recaps because that is not done as yet. So as you can see here, let me just get my annotation tool there. Using the yellow color. So what you see here is during the London session, our members already heard that this was going to make a move to the downside. This is about 4 hours before the start of the NFP. We were looking for at least a drop. So for all the US dollar pairs, the expectation was that we are at least going to get a drop. Okay, let me just, I just need to get my tool back up here. So we're going to get a drop. As you can see here, we already got that drop. During the New York session, we had not dropped as yet, quite as yet. So we were around here, we were looking for this drop, and you've seen that detail as Sandile has explained. Maybe just to show you a quick video there from the live trading room before we do the outlook. I'm just going to play the video quickly on how we traded this Audi US dollar, so you can see what the members actually get during that. So this is the video. I'm going to play it from around 10:18. So this is what Sandile takes the members through is. So you can see that that is what he has detailed here with the blue box, that the expectation is for a downside. I've just posted here. You can see that blue box has already been projected, and we're looking for this to make a move to the downside. The rest obviously is history, as you've already seen, and I'll just show you here what the detail was. So then after the live trading room, the members get these charts. So this is the chart that we got. So we've got this, as you've seen, we've got the pullback that was expected. So let's just show the next one here. That is the pullback. We've got that pullback. We're expecting this now to come to the downside, and that is how this has played out. So why am I showing you this? I'm showing you the sequence that we go through when we analyze the market. So even when I'm doing the analysis and the outlook for the next week, you have an understanding of why we are looking at this. So as you can see here, we were not trading upside. We knew before that it was going to go to the upside. So we knew that it was going to go up and it was going to come down, but we're not interested in trading this. We're interested in trading this to the downside. So your strategy must be able to align that clearly. So that is Audi, and that is how it has played out. Obviously, exactly the same way, because these two charts are correlated. Look at New Zealand. So our members got this the morning, 4 hours before the NFP. So how did we know that it was going to drop during the NFP? We didn't know what the outcome was going to be, except that the technicals and the indicator was telling us that the market was going to make a move to the downside. As you can see here, another 105 pips just with the NFP. Okay, so again, I'm just going to go back to the video. So you can see here, I think it's around 11:55 here. Let's just go to that one. Let's just have a look at 12:55. So you can see the forecast there. So that is during the live trading room. So during the live trading room, we detail exactly where to enter, where to put the stop, and when to exit this trade. This is I'm showing you Audi US dollar here. I should have shown you also the New Zealand. But anyway, so this is what you have. This is Audi, and 12:55 is the New Zealand, as you can see there. All right, so detailing exactly where we need to enter, and that is what we do. Okay, so now what is the outlook going into the new week? So let's have a look at that. As far as the US dollar is concerned, I'm going to show you some of the charts here. As far as the US dollar is concerned, Sandile has already taken you through the DXY. Let's have a look at the US dollar, Euro US dollar structure. So this is the expectation. So the expectation is possibly that we may still continue a bit to the downside. We will make a move to the upside here before any reaction lower. But what does that structure mean? If you look at that, we may be having something like this here. We've got a move to the upside. We've got a 1, 2, 3 wave pullback, textbook 3-wave pullback here, which you can represent here in this fashion. You can see we've got a nice WXYXZ structure and a move to the upside. So the expectation here is we could still have a bit of a move to the downside on the euro and a move to the upside. So now that is the outlook going into the new week. Look out for that continuation to the downside. All right, so that is Audi US dollar. So let me show you the rest of the chart. We've already gone through most of that. Just one more here. Sandile has already shown you pound US dollar. But what is the outlook going into the new weeks? Let's just have a look at that. On pound US dollar, this is the expectation here. Let's have a look at pound US dollar and what we're expecting going into the new week. So pound US dollar, as you can see, during the London session, before the NFP, the expectation was for this to come to the downside here and possibly make a move to the upside. Are we going to get this? The anticipation here would have been at least a double correction before we come to the downside. So that's why for the NFP, we all simply expected that at least we need to get back down to around 1.2 area, which is where we are currently if you look at how the market has moved. So we've made the move to the area where we wanted to. As you can see here, we've made that move as expected. So this is all we wanted to see for the NFP. We are around here. Now, do we get that double correction that we're anticipating for a pound US dollar? So we'll be waiting to see that confirmation around this area. We are currently around here. Let's just go to that live chart on our pound US dollar. So that's what we have, as you can see. Now, are we done with that move? We've got the move for the NFP. Do we get this one to be a double correction, to follow this so we can get a WXY structure? So that is the expectation. Or is this all the WXY correction that we've been looking for so that we can continue to the downside? So that is what we're going to be looking out for going into the new week. I'm not going to go through US dollar CAD. I'm just going to go straight into the yen pairs. Important on the yen pairs again for the yen P. US dollar yen is one of the pairs that you can trade with the NFP as well. So let's just have a look here on what you expect going forward as far as the US dollar yen is concerned. And again, I'm not going to go through everything as Sandile has already recapped on it. So the anticipation during during the London session, the live trading room session, and our charts during the London session was that we are simply expecting one more move to the upside. What happens here as far as the structure and the sequence is concerned, we'll deal with it when we get to this level. But the next immediate move, we're expecting upside for the NFP during the London session. As you can see, let's just make the chart bigger. As you can see, we just wanted to see this go up until around 135.80. As you can see here, that was the expectation. And as you will see here with the afternoon session, the New York session after the NFP, we're still anticipating that it will play out to the upside. As you can see, that is what we expected for members. And if you look at the chart here and how the US dollar has played out as far as the 1 hour chart is concerned, that is exactly what we've got there. We've got a move to around the 135 area that we were looking at here. We have hit the 135 area. Now the question is this complete? So we're still expecting that there's a possibility that Audi US dollar can still push a little bit higher up to this area, maybe even 136 before we can get a move to the downside. Remember how we forecasted this one to come down 3 weeks ago? So could this be a WXY corrective structure for a move to the downside? Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at. Now I'm going to jump straight into the commodities. Let's have a look at what the expectation was for gold and what we are looking for going into the new week as far as gold is concerned. Now, again, the anticipation for the NFP was just that next move for the NFP. Okay, what did we expect of the NFP? Let's go through to the commodities. If you look at gold for the NFP, we were also just looking for this to make one single move to the downside as we were in the blue box and during the London session, again, 4 hours before the NFP, we moved to the upside. We are in the blue box. We're expecting just one single move to come to the downside. So New York session, you can see we are still there. That is the before we get any result of the NFP. We're expecting that at least we can have a single move to the downside. Now, if you look at gold, you'll see that we've got that single move to the upside. This was the blue box area at 1790. We just wanted to see that move. And as you can see here, we went from around 1800 to 1775 to 1766, about a $40 move on gold. So that's what we expected as far as gold is concerned. So as for the market, let's have a look here on the 4 hour on gold. So this could be a continuation move to the downside. We either have completed this one as a pullback, and I'm going to go back to the higher degree. So we could have this one as 5-wave move. We could get this one as a 3-wave move, maybe even another move here to come to the downside. But the expectation is this here, that we are looking at this one here. Let me just show you the daily chart and maybe why we're anticipating that gold can still be a move to the downside. This is the chart that we've been showing you for weeks. We've got 3 waves down, we've got 3 waves to the upside as far as gold is concerned, and we are getting 5 waves to the downside on gold. Now, if I go lower here on gold, you'll see that we've got 3 waves to the downside, 3 waves to the upside, and here we are getting, let me just show, correct this one here. This one here in purple should be showing us 5 waves. That's why we're looking at that as a 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I'm just not able to go to the lower details enough here because I'm going to be cluttering the chart. Let me do this so you can see clearly. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Now within the 5, we've got another lower degree, 5 waves here. So this is like the 4th wave, which we may get one more down here before we push to the upside. So that is the expectation on gold. If I go down to the 4 hour, so that's what we're going to be expecting. So if we're getting this move to the downside, we know that this is that last bit of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then downside. As long as we understand that the invalidation for that move, if we get to this level, this move is invalidated and that gold will start making a move to the upside. We are currently here, and that is the expectation as far as gold is concerned. Now, that is what we looked at for the NFP, and that is how you use the NFP or how you use the wave theory to trade the NFP. All right, so just to highlight some of the charts here that we have been looking at, you have already seen Euro Audi that Sandile has detailed, as well as the indices. I'm just going to go through to the indices and look at the S&P 500. Now, looking at the S&P 500, you'll see that we've been expecting that this is going to make a 3-wave structure. We're currently starting to make a move up here in 5 waves. We can still push to the upside here, maybe get a pullback before we get the next move to the upside. All right, so that's what we have for you as far as the NFP is concerned and how the indices has played out. All right, and on the last but not least, on the NASDAQ, we've been looking at this one. Simply the NASDAQ is different to the other indices like the S&P 500 in simply that it has come down in a 5-wave form and a 3-wave pullback and another 5-wave form. So we're calling this one ABC structure. We've already started with a move to the upside here. We've got an impulse, and this impulse looks to be going up in 5 waves. When those 5 waves are done, we'll expect a pullback and then a continuation to the upside. And lastly, on the Nifty, let's have a look at the Nifty. Okay, so let's have a look at the Nifty. We're expecting a continuation to the upside. The Nifty is giving us what looks like a 3-wave structure. That's 3 down, 3 up, and another 3 waves to the downside. We've already started with the move to the upside, and you can see that the move to the upside is also going up impulsively with 5 waves. So at some point, we should start seeing a pullback on the Nifty and a continuation to the upside. Now, this is 3 waves to the downside, WX, and then a Y here. So as far as the Nifty is concerned, we may start seeing a move to the upside. And that's all we had for you for this week. Right, guys, as I indicated, if you like our content, give us a thumbs up. It shows us that you like what we do. And if we feel that we need to improve or you want to give us an input, you can drop us a comment in the comment section of the video. And don't forget to hit that bell notification button so you get an alert the next time we upload a video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next week, exactly the same time. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.